Good morning, Michael Walsh with Roger Norgel here, and welcome to Norwal Farm. As you can see, it's a glorious morning this morning. The heat's broken a bit. They said we were going to have more like October weather. There's a cold front that came down from Canada. It's in the 60s this morning, and just a beautiful day. Humidity's down. So we've got a little bit of everything in today's video. In the background, you can see our hay got baled, and then we continuing to work on the landscaping at the back of the house, and we also sold half of the lambs that we had, the lower half, and we took 4 cull ewes to the market. So let's get started. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, ring the notification bell, and hit the like button. That helps our channel. And if you would, please share this video with a friend and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks again for joining us at Norwal Farm. It has been about a month since they finished the mounds back here, and you can see the grass is coming in very nicely. We have to do just a little bit of tweaking over here yet. We have to build up the drive here with some more gravel because it still drains down there, and you can kind of see that trail where it goes down to the drain, and we have to build up over there because over time it's going to wash out the gravel. But really pleased with our grass. Our landscaper, Paul, said he was pleased that it has done better than what he had hoped it would. So actually looking nice and green. We're going to extend this bed here over into this area where this washed down. There was a really steep bank there and it didn't hold. So, but he's actually working on the waterfall and a pond. They've been working on this about 2 weeks, I think. The pond will come out to here, and then the head of the waterfall where that black cover is, that's the head, that's the tank where the water will come cascade down. And then he's going to put rocks in around here and have some different plantings, but this is going to be really cool. We're really looking forward to that. And then he'll fill in the riverbed channel, if you will. He's going to fill in with more rocks like this, but really pleased with the way this is shaping up. It's nice to see the green around here. And then once all of this is done, then he will plant grass in here, and this will be actually just the grass that we mow. So coming together, taking time, but he originally predicted he'd be done by middle to the end of August, so he's not too far off. Probably be the first part of September, but coming together really nice. He actually put some wildflower seeds in there too, and those are coming up, and those will be perennials. So it's slowly coming together, but we're getting there. This is the group of lambs we kept. There are 12 in here, and then Lou, our billy goat. I went through and weighed everything, and the upper half, anything that was above 90 pounds, I kept. This lamb here weighed 124. So this group averaged 90 pounds. The lighter half, they averaged 80 pounds. So decided to sell the lighter half. They were looking pretty good. We're down on hay this year. Our second cutting hay, that's what got rained on, and it molded on the ground, I think, before we baled it. So it was all molded. So we had to throw it away. And you can see it's way down there on the wood pile. We're going to compost that, and Mike Preter's here to wrap the bales from yesterday. We got 13. So took the lambs to the market yesterday, and there were 4 cull ewes we took as well. The 2 ewes that had the really high egg counts. And then there were 2 dorpers that we didn't sell to Jill. They were smaller, and so I took those up too. And I'm very pleased with the prices we got. Light lambs brought $2.55 a pound, or $255 per hundredweight. The group of them averaged, or they weighed 710 pounds. And there's a little bit of shrinkage there because traveling, and then they had to stay in the yards overnight. But So that group, they average about $180 per head. So I was very pleased with that because we just don't have all the feed to feed them. And these are doing well, and a couple of these are going to go to market in a couple of weeks. So that worked out pretty well. So now we got to go wrap hay. We ended up with 12.5 bales, less this cutting, but I did graze this for 2 weeks, and then we let it grow for 4 weeks because we needed the pasture. So we're getting this rolled up. That first bale there was what was in the baler when he came. It's dry hay, so I'm going to feed probably 2/3 of that because it just serves as a plug. There's just a little bit on this end that is the wet hay, and then we'll get all this wrapped up. Finishing up wrapping, it's wrapping the plug on the end. That's a dry bale that was a plug previously. And so that plugs both ends to keep the green hay airtight. I put Lamborghini, took him away from the ewes. He had injured his knee, and he was laying around a lot due to the pain, and the pain meds were helping, but we just decided to breed Cracker to all these. I took his breeding harness off and put the rattle paste on his chest, and as you can see right there, I put the rattle paste on yesterday. And she had a few orange marks on her rump from the breeding harness. And I thought she'd been bred. And as you can see, she is covered. So that's what it's supposed to look like. So that makes her due to lamb the middle of January. I think the 16th of January. There's Cracker right there. And he's right there. See his chest? And you have to refresh that about every couple of days. First time I've used it. I just finished putting more rattle on Cracker, and he's pretty active checking the ewes. You can see right there on the front. It rubs off on the ewe, and then it also tends to dry a little bit. So still new to this. Don't know how often I have to refresh it, but it's not too hard to come up to, and especially if you got some grain. But you can see some errant marks on those ewes with the orange marking crayon. I don't know that they got bred. I don't know for sure. I kind of doubt it. And what I like about the rattle is that ewe there. She had about 3 orange marks on her yesterday, and I put the rattle on, and he obviously bred her. That's what they should look like. So there's no question when they are being serviced. You can compare her to the other one that's standing there, and there's a huge difference. So I think this is going to work pretty well. It's a little more labor intensive. With our one ram, the Ile-de-France ram, he's harder to catch, so we may still use a marking crayon or marking harness on him. But the Suffolk ram and Cracker, the Dorset ram, they're bucket trained for grain. They'll come up to you and you can just smear it on their chest. So, but the ewes are kind of acting a little more like they're coming in season. So we're hopeful. The ewe up there, the Jacob that got bred, that would put her, I think, January the 16th for her lambs. So that's what we're hoping for. Rattle is working pretty well. I'm kind of getting used to mixing it up and finding a better way to apply it. I just use a long OB sleeve to apply it. We had the one Jacob ewe bred initially, and overnight that Ile-de-France ewe got bred. And there's no question whether or not they've been bred because the whole back end is covered. The number 50 ewe right there, she's got a little bit right there, but I think she's probably just coming in. And so I'm not marking them until the whole back end's covered like that, because that shows they've been repeatedly mounted and covered. So I'm liking this much better than the marking crayons, although with Lambert, he's our Ile-de-France ram, he's much harder to catch and to handle. So we may still use the crayon on him when we use him. We're not using him this season, so we'll just kind of hold off. But Cracker and Lamborghini, Suffolk, their bucket train, they come up for grain and it's no problem slipping a holder on, reapplying it every day or every other day. So I'm pleased so far, because there's no question that, you know, that ewe's been bred, been covered. So we'll continue to use it and see how we get along. A little update on Champagne and Garrett. Gave up on using a feeder with them. It just wasn't working, and they won't eat it from a pan. They won't eat it from a top of plywood. They want it on the ground. Garrett will guard the food. He'll keep them away, and Champagne does to some extent, but she's a little more timid. So we've got these two paddocks here. So I shut this gate and lock it and keep the sheep out, and she'll eat what she wants, and then once she's done we let them out. But she's eating about 6 cups a day right now. She's still kind of thin, so we want to get her weight back up. But we decided that, you know, we don't have a huge acreage, and we check the sheep every day anyway, so it's no big deal to feed the dogs every day. So that's kind of what we've decided to do. The other two dogs that are down with the October lambing group, we fill their feeder. They're still using it, and we'll probably continue to do so. But this seems to be working out. Garrett's across the road with the goats, and he's doing well over there. The goats are really cleaning that up very nicely. I'm over here at Tony's with Garrett and the goats, and I just put his feed down there. And you can see the goats coming up, but I think he'll keep them away. He's pretty good at guarding it. We'll see. That area they're in now, that's about 2 acres. So it's going to take them a while to clear that, although they've got a pretty good start on it. A lot of that brown grass they're not going to eat, they'll just trample that down. But the goldenrod, there you go. See, he's warning them. But the goldenrod and those bushes and good boy, Garrett. So he keeps them away till he's had his fill. Champagne is still learning, but she's doing better. I always try to dump the feed where the goats can't see it too well, but they were fairly close, so but he'll keep them away. I just mowed the hay in the hayfield today, and there was something that was killed, and those are bald eagles. There's an adult there, and those are 2 juveniles, and there was another adult there. Yeah, there's 2 adults there, I think. No, just 1. But there was 2 that came in, then it took off again. But I don't know if that's a rabbit or what it is, but pretty exciting. That's in the hayfield right next to where the yeah, there's the other adult. Yeah, there's 2 adults and 2 juveniles. So my guess is it was probably a rabbit that maybe got killed by the mower, and they came in and they are feasting. So it's pretty cool. We knew we had bald eagles in the area, but it's really neat to see the juveniles. We've never had a problem with them going after the sheep or the lambs. Of course, the lambs are bigger when they go outside. But the guardian dogs, they will alert to birds of prey and chase them off. So that's pretty exciting. See, there a juvenile just picked up something. It's going to fly off with it. There it goes. Really cool. It's one of the things we really like about our farm. There's all kinds of wildlife out here. Pretty exciting. So, I'm not sure what it was that got killed. I saw a couple of small rabbits running out of the hay when they first went in to mow. So, you see a lot of that. You see a lot of vultures and eagles in the hay fields after it's been mowed, because, unfortunately the wildlife that's in there gets injured or killed, and the birds have learned that that's a problem source. So pretty interesting for this afternoon. I'm here in the hayfield, and this is a spot where the kill was. That looks like maybe a piece of gut there. whatever it was, he carried it off. And there's some down from one of the eagles. But pretty exciting. I imagine it was killed by the harvesting machines. I'm guessing it was probably a rabbit. And then they were able to carry it off. One of them's sitting right up there in the tree. And one just flew over. But there were about, I think maximum there were 6 here one time. 2 adults and 4 juveniles. So, pretty interesting.